Stupid Spike plays years of hard hitting with just 1, 2, 3 strategic taps of the hammer. So why don't you go out today and purchase your very own Stupid Spike?
Time for birdies. Birdies! Who wants worms? Cheep, 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 cheep. Louder! Cheep, 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 cheep. Ah! Yeah.
Daddy?
Trying to watch the birdies, kid. Go to sleep.
But Daddy, I can't go to sleep. I need you to read me a bedtime story. Daddy?
Kid, go to bed, go to sleep. I'm trying to watch the birdies.
But first, can you read me Moby Dick?
I ain't reading you about no dicks, kid.
Not Dick's, Daddy. Moby Dick.
I don't care whose dick it is. I'm gonna watch the birdies. You go to fuck.
But Daddy, I can't go to sleep unless you read me a bedtime story. Whee! Here, Daddy, this is my favorite page.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All the morning long. I squeezed that sperm till I myself almost melted into it.
Keep reading, Daddy.
I squeezed that sperm till a strange sort of insanity came over me, and I found myself unwittingly squeezing my co-laborers' hands in it, mistaking their hands for the gentle globules. Such an abounding, affectionate, friendly, loving feeling did this avocation beget, that at last I was continually squeezing their hands and looking up into their eyes sentimentally, as much as to say, "Oh, my dear fellow beings, why should we longer cherish or know the slightest ill humor or envy? Come, let us squeeze hands all round. Nay, let us all squeeze ourselves into each other. Let us squeeze ourselves universally into the very milk and sperm of kindness." Kid, what? Herbert Melvin. Who the
Herman Melvin.
Shut
Melville.
Kid, this is trash.
But it's not trash, Daddy. It's a great representation of the self-destructive tendencies of man, ignoring the signs of our better angels to satiate base emotions. In fact, I wonder if our species is doomed in the long run because of that, for I tend to think of the universe as a great tree, and all its fruits are as celestial bodies hanging in the branches of the firmament.
What the crap?
And our fruit bears the seeds of knowledge that may spread to new frontiers, but our fruit is also sick and may not fulfill its potential. If that were the case, then its nutrients would just be recycled back into the tree, I suppose. Oh, but Daddy, how much better would it be to leave the fruit, to seek new worlds with love and knowledge? Will we wilt upon the branch, or will we reach out to find new trees? For I think there's a whole forest of universes.
This is all horseshit.
Oh, Daddy, it's that kind of cynicism that hurts real progress. Granted, there is much naivety in the world, but that doesn't mean we must equate grandness and realism with pain and shit. There's enough of that to go around naturally without having to add to it with preventable tragedy. Unfortunately, a balance has yet to exist between practical intuition and empiricism. Of course, the pendulum of reason had to swing to its equal and opposite extreme during the Enlightenment, but it's only when after many centuries the pendulum begins to stabilize itself in the middle that we will learn true peace.
You're not my son.
Oh, Daddy, you're just upset that Mommy left you because you like the birdies too much. But you don't need a woman's arms around you to make you happy. For we started defining love as the connection only achieved with another person once we started anthropomorphizing the universe.
Couldn't you just like football?
But if you consider that we are all animated by the same energy that animates the universe and everything in it, and that energy is therefore connected in origin and function, then it means we are all connected to each other. People, trees, flowers, kittens, foxes, manatees, narwhals, gays. So you see, the love you create for a person is really a crying out for the connection with all. And since that is the only form of connection that is truly eternal, then true love is also eternal. I like bread. Thank you. Everything's fussy.
Yes. Back to birdies.
Birdies is done, it's gone forever. That was the last episode. Missed out big time.
This next program presented by...
Hey, everybody! Ah! Ah! Hey, everybody!
Oh, it's Grandma Hespar. Hi, Grandma Hespar. Hey, maybe while I'm getting ready, you guys can get to know each other. Huh? I'll be back in a minute, okay? Grandma Hespar! Why do you have to eat all my boyfriends with your vagina? You killed him. He's dead. You're a weirdo, Grandma Hespar. You're a weirdo. And a goof. Oh, don't cry, Grandma Hespar.
Sir, do you have a family?
Yeah?
Procure their meat at the once. I need it to subsist.
No.
No?
The world has not enough babies, so it is my dream. For a world where all you hear is a baby scream. So I impregnate women as much as I can to spread more screaming babies across the land. Sound of screaming babies makes me cry. Not tears of sadness, but the feverish joy. I know that all of you watching must think I'm insane for loving and something so innocent is in so much pain. I love the sound of screaming babies. I love the sound, it is true. Oh, I love the sound of screaming babies. I love the sound, how about you? I don't care what you think. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Eat my makeup. Look at my eye, eh? Ah! Hey. Ah. Yeah. In fact, you ask Roy how much she likes sound of screaming babies, 1 to 10, I say 25,000! I love the sound of screaming baby. I love the sound, it is true. Oh, I love the sound of screaming baby. I love the sound, how about you? I love the sound of screaming baby. I love the sound of screaming baby. I love the sound of screaming baby. I love the sound of screaming baby.
So, Roy, it's good to see that you're out of your hiatus.
Yes, it's good to be, yeah.
Cool. And I hear you actually had Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross to help you on your last singing?
Yes, yeah, it's a very, was my dream to, yeah.
So what was it like working with Trent?
Trent, yeah, he's always skipping and smiling.
Skipping and smiling?
Yeah, he's like, Trent, how about we finish song, eh? He go, no, hee, ha, ha, hoo, hoo, hey, hey.
Copperphilia. Unfortunately, it's gotten a bad rap over the millennia. But with my revolutionary program, Dialog, I've made scat play a new and exciting way to spice up your relationship. Hi, I'm Dr. Soft, and I'm honored to have you join us today as we navigate through some territory that may be a little unfamiliar to some. So please, let me introduce you to some of our clients.
At first, I was a little put off by the idea, to be honest, but once we started getting into the swing of things, we realized how fun and how sexy it actually was. Yeah.
You know, after a long day at work, it's just great coming home to the most beautiful woman in the world, taking a massive shit on you. I really look forward to it.
I shit on my husband every night before we go to bed. It's so nice because he always cooks me a big breakfast in the morning, and I can't help but smile with every mouthful knowing where it's all gonna end up that evening.
You know, I'm actually new to all this, but I'm really excited about trying it out. And hopefully after today I can get Tom to be just as excited as I am about it.
First of all, I'd like to say how thrilled I am that Dialog has worked for you. And it's my hope that through our discussion today, that we might even be able to introduce to more people the joy of being shat on by their significant other. And that includes you, Tom. Now, are there any questions or comments that anyone would like to share?
I have a question.
Yes.
How can you plan for exactly when, it'll come out and what it will look like? Because, they're different kinds of shit.
Oh, of course. In our pamphlet, you'll find easy-to-follow charts that will allow you to plan when you want to shit and what kind it will be. It really simply comes down to what types of foods you eat and when you eat them. This makes all the difference when deciding whether you want that impressive log or that charming pellet for on the go.
I have a question.
Ah, yes.
How did this all start? And just how can something like this be, well, so darn fun?
Ah, well, it actually started millions of years ago. You see, many mammals are naturally drawn to the urine and feces of their female counterparts in order to pick up pheromones and detect the various stages of their reproductive cycles. And even though our senses may not be as acute as those of our friends in the animal kingdom, we do still at some level share those unconscious responses. So, any talk of this being strange or unnatural is really just all buffoonery. But you don't have to take that from me. You can take it from pop icon Schnittpeen and the Fnucking Schnuts.
Oh, I heard of that.
Oh, Schnipping.
Oh, what'd you find over there, girl?
Pine cones and pine needles, soaked in pee. Pine cones and pine needles. All for me.
And that's enough of that. But, as you can see, even in pop culture we have examples of people coming to terms with their animal instincts. I don't know if this is something we can do, but I actually have a poem I wrote about me and my wife's experiences. If I can... Oh, why don't you share that with us, Bill? Oh, okay, great, thank you. We're spooning on the couch. The all-you-can-eat buffet last night has been kicking in your stomach. Your wind breaks. The baby is coming. You guide me to the bathroom, hand in hand, in silent compact. I lie down on a saran wrap. You sway a little dance before gingerly squatting over my face. Your curves are as that of Mother Earth herself, accepting me into the sanctity of her home. Between your soft, cleft cheeks peaks your velvet star, your window to the heavens in all its perfection. You spread your glory to me. Your musty sweetness fills my olfactory cavity, seducing my senses. Then your puckered star, so thirsty for birthing, blows me a warm, abrupt kiss. A warning, tenderly commanding my attention to what's to come. The delicate folds of your rosebud begin to expand. Silent anticipation is followed by the faint sound of slow, moist forcing. I see it. The smooth brown bulb witnesses its first light, and what begins as a shy poking becomes a strong, swift push, revealing the true splendor of the baby's girth. That something so petite could be capable of such bounty. Oh, velvet star, what other naughty secrets do you playfully harbor? You give a feeble grunt of pleasure as my mouth yawns to receive.
Oh, okay, how about we skip poetry time for now?
Oh, seems we've crossed the line with Tom.
Well, don't you think it's getting a little obsessive?
I'm sorry. That's all right, Bill. Thank you very much. That was lovely.
I thought we were in a safe space.
Oh, we are, honey. We are. It's okay. It's okay. Well, even though some of us aren't ready to go to the next step to show our love for each other, some of us certainly are. Which is why I've chosen to introduce my addendum to dialogue. Dialogue.
Nope. No way.
But, honey, don't you want to be closer to me?
Not like this.
He doesn't love you.
Well, what would you think if I wanted to have explosive diarrhea all over you?
Oh my God!
Oh, that's just unnecessary, I think.
I can't believe that. I can't believe this.
Yeah, Tom, why don't you be gay somewhere else?
Yeah.
I agree with him.
Seriously, you guys are all nuts.
Oh, now that's...
All right, that's enough for you, Tom.
Ah!
I'll be back in a minute. I'm sorry.
is it you're trying to do, Tom? Are you trying to break my balls, Tom? It wishes to speak. Let's see what Tom has to say.
Please let me go.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to make an example out of you. You just don't appreciate what I'm trying to do here, Tom. The gut doesn't lie, Tom. People lie. No more of this wishy-washy business about feelings and the soul. The gut is as well known as a mind of its own, an ancient mind. The gut is what feels. The gut is what's real. And the bowels are the true measure and manifestation of the wondrous life processes endowed to us by nature.
Don't you have like a little voice in your head that says maybe I'm going too far?
I used to hear that voice, but I cut that mother down a long time ago.
Maybe because it was trying to remind you of who you really should be, which probably hurts for you to remember. So you escape it by worshiping something simple like flesh.
But the laws of flesh, its triggers, its rewards, are eternal. And so is God.
Alright, I get it. Human feelings are inconsistent. But sometimes it's better to hurt for a little while than it is to hide. To just let yourself become a slave to hormones. Or maybe you're just hiding from the fear of your own mortality. By placing more meaning in material things than in life itself. Which is exactly why that fear doesn't belong there in the first place. Because one thing's for sure is off. You are way too obsessed with ass.
Nah. You will be ground up and put into separate containers that will be given to all the females in the other room. And tonight, they will ingest you so that you may become assimilated into the living flesh of those women, nourishing and sustaining their lives with the relinquishment of yours as you pass through their guts. How I envy you, sir.
Oh, you fucking do it.
Take him away.
Are you fucking serious?
Here. These are for you.
What's this?
It's Tom. I even put a little corn in there for you to know when it's him, so that you may continue to hate on him as he's coming out.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow, that's very thoughtful. Very clever.
But who am I gonna ship Tom on? You know, I think Bill and I know just the guy for you. Oh.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Tom. What's the meaning of this?
Dr. Zoff, we're sick of your tyranny.